Calisthenics appeals to many due to its incredible displays of strength, mobility, and body control that it provides. And some of us are not only interested in getting stronger, building an amazing physique, and improving our health, but in learning and achieving impressive calisthenics skills. If that is you, stick to the end of this video because we're going to be covering how many skills should you learn at a time, which ones to learn first, how often to train for them, and finally some training examples so you can apply all this knowledge today. We'll be diving very deep, so without losing any more time, let's get to the video. Let's go! There are infinite calisthenics skills and it will be impossible to cover them in a single video. However, I have selected the 10 most wanted calisthenics skills to use as a reference. Let's begin by covering how many skills should you learn at a time to make optimal progress. I highly recommend that you focus only on 2 to 3 skills at a time. You can go higher than that, but just keep in mind that the progress will be much slower. Also, many of these skills serve as a carryover to other skills, so we don't need to fear missing out if we're smart about the order that we train them. Which leads us to the second question, which is going to be which skills to learn first. Let's begin by saying that there is no a right answer. Here, I'll do my best to break down which skills I do believe you should learn first based on my experience and the experience of many athletes that I've talked to, but please know that you could technically learn all these skills in any order that you want. The first 3 skills that I would recommend to learn as a calisthenics beginner would be the handstand, the L-sit and/or V-sit, and the pistol squat. Training for the handstand first is a smart idea in my opinion, since it can be learned faster than any other skills usually. You will also prepare your body in many ways by increasing your sense of balance, body awareness, and condition your wrist for more demanding skills like the planche. It's also a requirement for the handstand push-up. The L-sit is another skill that can be achieved pretty quickly and give you a strong base by developing shoulder strength and core strength. You will need it for advanced handstand presses and optimal planche and front lever training later on. If L-sit is already on the books, you can start developing your V-sit if it's one of your goals. And finally, the pistol squat is the easiest lower body skill to learn that will open the door for other lower body skills like the dragon squat. These 3 skills do not require the same amount of preparation like something like the planche and front lever, meaning that you could train for these skills while you're developing your basic strength with basic movements like push-ups, pull-ups, rows, dips, and pike push-ups. However, for beginners, I highly recommend that you master the basics first before even going for these 3 movements. The following skills I would learn would be the back lever, the muscle up, and handstand presses. The main reason for this again is that these skills are way easier to learn than the planche, front lever, handstand push-up, and the one-arm chin-up. The back lever is fairly easy to learn if you took the time to build a strong foundation with basics, and it will start teaching you what straight arm strength is all about. However, if you're not very interested in the back lever, you can completely skip it, and just by training planche and front lever later on, you'll build enough strength to actually hold the back lever. So I would only train directly for the back lever if you really want it, otherwise don't waste your time. Next is the muscle up, which is a wanted skill by many people. If you plan to freestyle later on, this is a must. However, if you only want planches and levers, again, you technically don't need a muscle up. However, it's a fairly easy movement to learn that can get you really motivated for more advanced skills. And to develop a proper muscle up, you have to do tons of basics, which is always a good thing. All type of handstand presses are the other skills that can be paired very well with back lever and muscle up training. If you already have the handstand and presses are one of your goals, it's smart to start training for them. You can start developing your bent arm presses, which will be useful for the handstand push-up, or your straight arm presses that can be more useful for the planche. Finally, we have the big 4 that everybody wants, which is going to be the handstand push-up, the planche, the one-arm chin-up, and the front lever. Here, I recommend that you pick only 2 first, 1 push and 1 pull. For push, it's smart to develop your handstand push-up first, since training for it will build a tremendous amount of shoulder strength that is useful and actually needed for the planche. Again, if you're only interested in the planche, you can completely skip learning the freestanding handstand push-up, but just know that you will have to develop a strong chest-to-wall or back-to-wall handstand push-up to have a productive planche training. For pull, you can really pick between front lever and one-arm chin-up or one-arm pull-up, depending on which one do you like best. For both skills, you will need to build a lot of pulling strength, but at some point you will have to specify. Choose the one you enjoy the most and then move to the next one, your pick. These are very excellent and common combinations by many athletes, which is training together the front lever and the planche, the one-arm chin-up and the handstand push-up, the front lever and the handstand push-up, or the one-arm chin-up and the planche. You can work on all four at the same time, no problem, but I would really not recommend that for the majority of people. On top of training two of the big four, you can keep working on your handstand presses, handstand shapes, and keep improving your visit if once again those are part of your goals, as these do not interfere that much with the big four that we just mentioned. Don't worry, we'll be covering some training examples later on. The next question is going to be how often to train for these skills, or the optimal frequency. Simply put, 2 to 3 times per week for most skills is going to be the best, with the exception of the handstand that can be trained and probably should be trained 3 to 6 times per week. 2 times per week for most skills is enough. You can later on increase to 3, and I would only leave 4 times per week for very advanced athletes. Now let's move to training examples, and we're going to be using 2 to 3 times per week as a reference to keep it very, very simple. Training for these skills is a huge topic in and of itself, and we'll have to do an entire video just to make it justice. We'll really have to touch on several possible combinations, different training splits, and many other variables. I am willing to dive deep if you let us know in the comment section down below, and also if you like this video. But for now, let's keep it super simple with one single workout example for each of the 3 blocks of the skills that we mentioned. For the first block of the skills that we mentioned had the handstand, the 𝐿-sit, and the pistol squat. Here's a sample workout on the screen. Do that 2 to 3 times per week and you'll be way on your way on creating a solid base while also developing those 3 skills. The second block of skills were the muscle up, the back lever, and the handstand presses. Here's a sample workout on the screen that covers all 3 skills while also maintaining your 𝐿-sit, handstand, and pistol squat. Finally, for the big 4, let's use planche and front lever as our example with the addition of handstand presses. Here is a sample routine on the screen. Again, I really want to make this super clear that we're just simply scratching the surface. For the examples, we're literally doing one single workout 3 times per week, and we're trying to cover 3 skills. That can work, but ideally would split that workout across the week in smaller workouts, and we probably switch the exercises across the week to make it more effective. Again, if you want a full video on different combinations of training these skills and also the best training splits for each one of those skills, leave it in the comment section down below and we'll make sure to make it happen. That's all we have for today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment down below what else would you like to see on this channel. If you want to train with us in a step-by-step system to learn all these skills in a systematic way, you can join the SM Academy. Once again, family, thank you all for being here. If you really enjoyed this dive deep into these topics, please again like that video and let us know down below which other topics we like us to cover, and we'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.